Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today I'm reviewing an old classic. As a matter of fact, that's part of the name, a Clasico. This is the Joya de Nicaragua Clasico Torpedo. Now, this is actually their 50th anniversary. So they're bringing the Clasico back. I learned some things, and there's lots of information on the blog. We're going to steer you over there for a lot of it. But did you know that this was the official cigar of the White House in the 70s? Now, this is a torpedo without a doubt. Look at that sharp cap. There's your density, by the way. As you can see, it's definitely a Connecticut shade wrapper. Now, this is a Nicaraguan cigar, and they've gone back and used the same blend that they used originally. There are 6 sizes available in the United States, and last night I sampled one of these. I sampled the Toro, but this is the Torpedo 6x52. The folks at Joya de Nicaragua asked me to review this, and they sent me this nice sampler, and I want to show it to you now, and they did a nice job. So it was nice to get that from them, and with your name on it and everything. Now, the Toro was quite surprising. I don't remember ever having this cigar originally, so it's quite interesting for me to get to try it now. But the Toro was very good. I want to see what the Torpedo's all about. So let's get right to it. The revamped or re-emerged on the market Joya de Nicaragua Clasico Torpedo. All right, let's see about this band at the foot here. Let's see, where does it start? Let's see if we can. There we go. We got that. All right, that came right off easily. If you can't cut this cap, you can't cut one. Now, I want to try to take off as little as possible. That's why I like these torpedoes, because you can concentrate the draw. And sometimes you have to experiment to get just the right amount. Now, there you got to admit is a very little bit. Now, you're going to have a nice concentrated flow of that little hole right there. Okay, I always like to. It's almost like you're in school. Show your work. There it is. There it is. But it draws great with just that much coming off. Well, your first flavors are, it's sort of a candy-like orange citrus, and it's almost like the, I'll tell you what it reminds me a lot of is when you were little, those orange baby aspirin. It's a lot of that kind of flavor with a little white chocolate and or cream, sweet cream. So it's a very light candy-like flavor of with that Bayer aspirin type flavor and of an orange and the and some white chocolate. There's quite a bit of black coffee notes at the base though, and black pepper at around a 7. It's a lot more black pepper than I would have thought. A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar, but most of your sweetness comes from that baby aspirin orange and white chocolate. So that's kind of how we start. And good little starting flavors. Let's see what happens next. Well, I'm right here at the first third point. Burning pretty even. And I don't really have the white chocolate notes anymore. It's more like caramel mixed in with that baby aspirin orange flavor. There's a little more brown sugar now, probably from that caramel flavor or other way around, and a little bit of sprinkling of cinnamon. Black coffee base still good. Pepper is still good. Rather mild cigar. At this point, I would call it mild. Um, Finish has a little bit of the front end citrus, Bayer aspirin type candy, baby aspirin, and caramel. Those two kind of mix on the finish with a little bit of lingering black peppers, more than I thought it would be. But this is definitely a nice, tasty, sweet cigar, but very mild. And this was the first Nicaraguan cigar. I might have failed to mention that. Back in 1968, this was it. Look how far it's come from for Nicaragua. It's probably the hottest place on earth for cigars, and I'm including Cuba in there. Cuba is going to be Cuba, okay? But Nicaragua is a hotbed of good cigars. Too bad it's a lot of turmoil there right now. I digress. For the flavors are very nice. It's really, really, really a beginner could smoke this cigar. So the first third flavors are nice. The power is way down. I'm going to go with 88 for the first third. 88, and we'll see where it goes from here. But the flavors are very nice, very light. Could be looking at a good morning cigar here. I'm a little past the midpoint. I'm not coming back to score anything, but I thought I would mention that the flavors include a nutmeg just starting to come into the picture with any intensity, and it's holding, it's toning down some of the sharp Bayer aspirin orange and the caramel flavors a little bit. Not too bad, but you do have that now. And it's starting to filter over onto the finish a little bit also. Just wanted to point that out. Well, we finished the second third. And as I mentioned in the last little blurb, there was the emergence of noticeable nutmeg, and it is toning down the sweeter flavors of the candy baby aspirin orange citrus and caramel, toning it down some. It's cloaking it with that nutmeg flavor. The brown sugar is sort of decreased, but it's still there, and a little bit of cinnamon. The earthy type, the coffee is more earthy now, I should say, and it's a little more elevated. I would still call the cigar mild. The finish still has that. The finish is about like I described previously, except there's a little bit of nutmeg on it also. So sort of like that baby aspirin orange citrus, a little bit of caramel on the finish, and some nutmeg. The lingering pepper is still there, but I think it decreased. Now, for this segment, because the nutmeg, and I'm all for nutmeg, but it's cloaking those sweeter flavors, and in this case, this cigar needs that. So I'm dropping the score to 87 at this point. We've got the final third to go here. Let's see how we finish. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Brown sugar and caramel notes really sort of elevated here at the end, pulling down some of that baby aspirin orange, sprinklings of cinnamon still. Coffee remained good, not intrusive. Pepper was good, finish is unchanged. Mild, I don't think that's going to change. um, I like the fact that the brown sugar and the nutmeg, where it was up in the middle, it actually came back down to something manageable, and you really didn't much notice it. I don't know why it's so much in the middle, but with the elevated sweeter flavors back again, I'm going back up to 88. Usually don't find that a lot. Went back up at the end. So your overall score is actually calculated at 87.67. We will round that to 88. I think that's where it belongs. This is a good tasting cigar. It's just mild. And for beginners that want to try a Nicaraguan cigar and get a hint or a feel for what Nicaraguan cigars are about, this would be a good one to try. Most Nicaraguan cigars today, and even Joya de Nicaragua knows this, are a lot fuller and a little more pop. You know what I mean? So they get the experience on the beginner level, the nutmeg, the sweeter citrusy type flavors. So a beginner could try this as a good starter Nicaraguan cigar. It's nice that Joya de Nicaragua is bringing these back because it's a classico. So if you want to taste history, be something good to try. So there you have it, the Joya de Nicaragua Clasico Torpedo 88.